Alright, how's it going, guys? Joshua18 here, and today we're going to be going over the patch notes of 6.1 in Skullgirls Mobile again, because I messed up the first video. But in any case, here we go again. So, the bulk of this is going to be on catalyst rebalances, so I'm going to quickly go over the other features in the update and the December events. So, in 6.1, Marie is being added into the basic pool, and all of her other stuff is going to be available in the other basic sources, and her prize fight will be starting this Thursday. There are also a new batch of 6 monthly variants, 3 golds and 3 diamonds for the next 3 months. And in Parallel Realms, there's a new feature called the Recruitment Node that allows you to pick between 1 random variant, 1 random Marie, and 1 random monthly variant. These recruited characters will be available for the rest of your current Parallel Realms run, unless they happen to die, and then they're actually just, gone, just like any other character that would die, that is in your box. There has also been a few changes to the Battle Pass. The Battle Pass now has a Claim All Goals button, and the Premium track has been renamed into All Access track. Holodeck, in the first week of January, is going to be given an experimental event period called Holodeck Mayhem that gives 5x XP baseline every fight, or 10 times XP if you boost. The skill tree has been given an Unlock All button that does exactly what it sounds like. Entering a fight with no moves equipped on a character will give you a warning message. The coin offers for Theonite will have a 5 times bonus the first time you pick up any of those offers. To where, for example, the 1600 Theonite offer is going to be 3.2 million coins. And then the December events, starting from December 14th to the 25th, aka on Christmas, you'll be getting a free gift. On Christmas, the entire player base will be sent a free Blessing of the Skullheart Daily Pass, and this will last until January 1st. From Christmas to January 1st, the Hyper Variety E-Relic will be available to all players for 5,000 Theonite. From Christmas to January 1st, every 2023 Jackpot Relic will be available for Theonite in the Relic Store. And in the first week of January, all character relics will be available for Theonite. And with that out of the way, let's talk about the big catalyst changes. Now, in the generics, Bleeding Guilty was given a buff. When the opponent is suffering from bleed, you get to deal damage equal to 1 to 6% of their max health every 3 seconds. Record Breaker was given a guard break debuff as well as its armor break debuff. Cripple Decker was given a fatigue debuff for 5 seconds, in addition to its existing cripple debuff. Tag and Gag had an immobilize debuff added to its disabled tag-ins. No High Heals was reworked into being a timed heal block anytime the attacker is above 75%. Anytime the attacker is above 75 to 25% health. Stun Grenade was given 200% bonus damage for blocked projectiles. Doomsday Device was reworked into a 10-second doom applied when falling below 50% health. This doom is removed when the attacker is defeated or tags out. Wither Forecast was given a time buff where Wither is applied more frequently, 20 to 5 seconds instead of 30 to 15 seconds. Marked for Deletion was given a major buff where there is a 10% chance on hit, including on block, to instantly defeat the attacker if they are death marked. Armor Rating was given a buff from 10 combo hits to start triggering armor rating to 7 combo hits to start triggering armor rating. Primal Rage now gains 5 to 15% blockbuster meter in addition to its Enrage stack. Regeneration X. This catalyst was given not only a regen duration buff from 1 to 6 seconds and to the new 2 to 12 seconds, but also gaining a regen stack immediately heals 15% health. Post Haste was given a bit of a rework on how the meter gain from it works. It's still the same condition to gain haste, a 50% chance on hit from a blockbuster, or by the attacker to gain haste for 10 seconds. But instead of gaining meter when haste goes away, you get 30 to 50% blockbuster meter when gaining that haste at first. The Angry Flinch was reworked into a knockdown catalyst, where there is a 25 to 100% chance on knockdown to gain unflinching for 5 to 15 seconds and 1 stack of barrier. Finally, for the generics, we have Autoimmune, a reworked catalyst that now has a 25 to 50% chance when debuffed to flush all debuffs and gain a 1 to 6 second immunity. For the character catalysts, Do or Die Time was given a buff where all teammates gain the permanent immunity and haste after 130 to 30 seconds instead of just Bayo. Futile Resistance. This is the biggest buff of the entire round of catalyst changes. The above 50% health condition of Futile Resistance has been removed, and additionally, while facing Big Band, the attacker's piercing stat is completely ignored, which means that the defending Big Band's defense and frontman is going to be in full effect against most opponents. The only way to deal full damage against a futile band is to have Deadeye up. It is easily the biggest buff out of anything that is here. Strong-Armed. Now, Strong-Armed has a 50 to 100% chance instead of a 25 to 75% chance, and the unflinching lasts 2 seconds longer. Corrosive Element. This catalyst was changed from being double has to be at a type advantage to double is not neutral and the opponent is not at a type advantage. Pheromones. Pheromones is now a generic 20% chance when hit for Eliza to inflict Hex and Curse for 5 to 15 seconds. Sleeping Powder. Sleeping Powder is now a generic 10% chance when hit to inflict a 15 to 5 second fatigue debuff, and also drain 10% of the attacker's meter. Don't Poke the Boer. The first nerf of all the catalysts so far. Don't Poke the Brewer has been nerfed from a 10% damage cap to a 15% damage cap, and damage capped hits only reflect 25 to 75% of damage instead of 50 to 100% damage. Imminent Threat. So this catalyst has been buffed. Now, instead of each crit Parasol landing increasing her crit damage and inflicting permanent bleed, now each crit landed by either side inflicts bleed to the attacker and then increases Parasol's crit damage. Hollow Points. So Hollow Points' armor break debuff was exchanged for a guard break debuff. And this catalyst could very well become powerful in the future with a more powerful Peacock Defender release. Megalixir. So Megalixir was given a buff where the entire team gains meter instead of just Valentine, while benefiting from regen. And finally, Bone Vivant. This whole one was actually completely restructured. So while the old Bone Vivant was a final stand, and then Marie would get a 10% burst heal and a 15-second quietus on the attacker if the attacker gained a buff. Now, Marie inflicts quietus for 10 to 20 seconds when she gains her final stand, and then while benefiting from final stand, Marie removes an attacker's buff and regains 5% health every second. And finally, we have the element catalysts. Rising Temperatures has received a major glow up, as while keeping its old enraged stacking effect, dash attacks and blockbusters are now unblockable while having at least 2 stacks of enrage. Frost Armor has received a nerf, going from a max 15% chance to gain armor to a max 10% chance to gain armor. Its reflect damage has also been cut down from 25% to 15%. Overload has actually received a shift in focus, changed from dealing extra damage to gaining more meter. Fire Starter has now built-in enrage stacking and guard break on hit, including on block, while benefiting from its precision stacks. High Waters had its haste buff changed for a miasma buff. And finally, Into Thin Air activates more often, going from 30 to 20 seconds, now to 30 to 10 seconds. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, take care.